Good evening. Thank you guys for coming. It's been a long time coming, but got our first win. Thought the defense was outstanding. Man, they really picked it up from a week ago. That offense is high-powered, and they really did a good job with their offense. And the offense was timely. I thought Reed Sinnett played well. Justin Hall always comes to play, and Mark Thompson really helped us, get over the hump. He made some really good runs, and he's on a pitch count.
Coach, like you mentioned, the defense really stepping it up, especially compared to last week, giving up 34 points. Today, you only give up 9, held them to 2 for 10 on third down situations. What did you see defensively this week compared to last week that allowed the unit as a whole to just have so much success?
I think it starts up front. I think Chris Wilson did a magnificent job with the front four, just getting them to rush and penetrate. This quarterback, man, he's dangerous. Perez is a really good quarterback. And then the linebackers played tummy, but I thought the corners played well today. Besides the PI, I thought the corners played really, really well.
How you doing, Coach? Congratulations on the win. Tonight marked Reed Sinnett's performance or a solid performance under center, particularly the opening drive. How crucial was his role in securing today's win, and how do you see his development influencing the team's strategy moving forward?
Look, I like what he does. We're never in a bad play with Reed. So what that does is you have a comfort of not getting into a bad team. Now, people make good plays on him, but I think he's progressing. I think he's beginning to handle more and more and more. And I think the sky's the limit for Reed. Reed's doing a really good job.
Coach, I covered you back in the old days, back in Louisiana. We talked about that last year at a USFL game. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
And one thing I do want to ask you, now with this new league, how do you feel the development of it compared to what you were doing last year in the other league?
Hey, look, this league is, man, there are so many more good players. You just cut the workforce in half, and more players are coming from the NFL, and what they're doing, they say, I need more film, I need film. So what's happening? This league, I think this is going to be a fantastic league for years to come. This is perfect. Spring football at its finest. Man, there's some good players and there's some good coaches in this league.
A little bit off the beaten path since you are back in Houston. Obviously, Andre Johnson is a special person, means a lot to this community here. Now that he's officially in the Hall, as someone who knew him way back when, what does it mean to you to see that honor and him kind of be where he belongs?
I am so proud of him. He couldn't, he was going to come to the game today, but he went out of town. He said he's going to be at every game that he can be. But man, it's like a proud papa. I remember Andre when he was a kid, little skinny kid at Miami High trying to play basketball. His mom did a great job with him, Karen. Man, his brother, he's just a quiet, most lovable guy, just supportive. Man, it couldn't have happened to a better guy. I just love Andre. What he's accomplished here at the city of Houston, what he did for the franchise is just amazing.
I know the answer is probably pretty obvious, but how important was it to have Mark Thompson just back in this lineup? Someone who played, I believe, 70% of offensive snaps with your Gamblers last year. Just what does it mean to have him back in the swing of things?
What it does for our offense, Mark's going to bring down safety. It clears the picture up for the quarterback. We know they're going to have to get in the 8-man front with Mark because he's so big, he's fast, he's physical. Like on the last touchdown, they just didn't want to tackle him. I mean, he just ran through tackles. And so when you get that, you can do a really good mix of run-pass. You really can't hide much when Mark's in the game. So he does so much for our offense. And then he's a spark for the team. He's a total team guy.
Coach, another question about Reed Sinnett. What was the biggest difference in this game compared to the first starting in Michigan?
Well, I thought the Michigan game kind of got away from him a little bit, and he began to press. He began to try to, get gobs, yards of plays. I thought Reed's really stuck with the game plan, hit the ball, threw the ball underneath, got us into the right place, running the ball also. So that was his thing, man. He's a huge advantage when he's taking what the defense gives him.
All right, is there any more questions?
Thank you, guys.
Reed, congrats on the win. One of the guys that made plays today, Cyril Grayson, just such a speedster, dating back to his days as a track star. What can you say about him and just his role in the offense and what he brings as a deep threat with his speed?
Yeah, I mean, his speed is unbelievable, and we see it at practice. He's made some plays in practice that gave me a lot of confidence to kind of give him a shot on a play like that, and Coach called it, and I was like, great, let's make sure Cyril's in the boundary, let's give him a chance, and for me to just be able to throw it up and let him go make the play is a pretty comfortable spot to be as a quarterback. And, our guys feel like everybody has a very good dynamic role. Everybody's kind of got the thing that they're really good at, and Cyril's definitely the speedster that helps kind of create that vertical threat. And we needed to create more explosives as a team, and I think that was a big play in the game overall.
For both y'all, what's it just mean to get win number 1, and how can this help y'all build some momentum to kind of go on a little run here?
I would say it feels good. Obviously we all know how much talent we have on the team. We all know what each one of us brought to the table before the season. It was just nice to, for us to put it together and, just get the outcome that we wanted. I mean, obviously there's still stuff we can improve on, but, it's still, is a relief, just to get the first win and hopefully just many more to come in the future.
You kind of get that, that weight off your shoulders a little bit, and hopefully you can turn that one win into 2, 3, 4, 5, and having that we didn't beat ourselves today, and that's what we needed to take the step. And so now hopefully we can take the step to out-dueling our opponent, winning the football game. And so I think initially we needed to keep from losing, and we did a good job today, not committing penalties and moving in the right direction. And like Chris said, we still have things to clean up, but hopefully we can create some momentum and let this snowball into some more wins.
Congratulations on your win, on your first win. What was the biggest difference coming into this week compared to last week?
I mean, I think offensively we had committed a lot of penalties and kind of hurt ourselves in terms of our momentum. And so this week we did a much better job of, working the cadence, doing a good job with not committing penalties, and we didn't do anything to hurt ourselves, right? And so being able to move the ball forward, a couple plays go our way a little bit differently, and I think we're able to put 2 more scores up on the board. We feel a lot better coming out of this, but a win is great. That's, really the only result that matters, and, we're going to get moving onto our next opponent and make sure that we're, like I said, can create some snowballing with this first win.
I would say on defense it was to mitigate mistakes. Week one and 2 where they were solid, but we still had some stuff we could clean up on. And then last week with Michigan was completely unacceptable, and we all know that. In the film room, we're all disappointed with the outcome of how that played out, and during the whole game. So we knew we had to step it up, and then some, even a higher expectation than week 1 and 2. So we just know we had to get back to our roots and just tune in the details. But obviously it wasn't perfect by any means, but it is momentum and going towards the right direction.
Chris, for you being back on the football field, after the season you had with the Gamblers a couple of years ago and then the injury in Cleveland, how much does it mean to you to just be back out on the football field making plays and being part of an organization like this?
Well, I'm definitely appreciate the opportunity, and Houston wanting me, and me wanting to come to Houston. So that I am thankful for, and it's just happy just to be back on the field after my injury a couple of years ago. So just being able to still play is just a great feeling, and then also just playing not only for myself but for my family as well, and being that I knew half the team before I even got there from just different leagues, different teams, and so forth. It just makes it a good group of guys to be around, and just for us to be back on the field and play together.
Is there any more questions?
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate y'all's time.
Thank you.